Hi everybody, it's been 2.5 weeks since you saw me. It's Katie from Currahee Stitching, and this is my Flosstube number 6, and I'm doing the hand thing again. I got back from conference Monday the 4th of November, and then I was brain dead no, I didn't. I got back Sunday the 3rd. I'm lying to you already. That didn't take long. I got back Sunday the 3rd, and then last week I really had to recover from that. I mean, going to bed at 7:30, 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. I stayed up last night until 10:15. I think that means that I'm recovered. It's crazy how much between the time change, like because of daylight savings, I don't know if it began or end. I don't know. Anyway, we hopped back an hour, so I gained an hour of sleep before I flew back, which was great. But just that week of conference, and then I immediately went back to work. I never took any time off. I took a day off to go to the doctor's. So conference was great. It's so much work. It is a tremendous amount of work, and it is emotionally taxing because 600 people need you, and I'm the registration person. So I'm the one who helps them get their sessions. I help them register. I am the person they talk to. So when they get to conference, they're either really happy to see me or they're not. They're very unhappy to see me, that something has happened and there's been a problem, and I'm the person who takes care of it. And this was my third conference. The first conference was the 50th anniversary of the American Wine Society. And I'll be honest, looking back, I think I was too stupid to know if it was going well or not. Last year, we were in Buffalo, New York, and it was the 51st conference, and it was dreadful. If it could go wrong, it went wrong. It was awful. So I went into this really thinking it was going to be another terrible conference, and we were on the beach, and I think that helped people be in a good mood. I also think that it's my third year. I've got my feet under me and things are just better. I had good volunteers. What we do is for registration is I'm in charge, and I'm like a drill sergeant. You're going to listen to me and I don't want to hear anything about it. But then I have the volunteer girls, I call them, and it's 2 people who helped me in registration, and then my friend Tara is my voluntel. That's what my actual friends who help me with things, I call them my volunteers. I want to get t-shirts made that say voluntel, which I'm going to talk about at the end of this. Anyway, it went really well. I had a lot of help. The speakers seemed happy. The food was amazing. The location was beautiful. Y'all, Florida had a heat wave and a humidity wave. And I hate the heat and I hate the humidity. I have a heart condition. It means that I have real issues with humidity, and I suffered. I suffered. I saw my cardiologist the week I got back, just for a checkup. And we were talking about it, and I was like, it was awful. I couldn't breathe, and then I call it my conference walk, and I'm just like, gotta go right now, and you gotta keep up with me. And so you just have to push through that, but it was really hard this year. I really suffered. And your whole body hurts. I would start work at 5:30 in the morning and then go until after dinner. And some of our staff, they go to dinner, and we have a hospitality suite in the evening, so they're in the hospitality suite and they're partying and they're drinking, and I just go to bed. I mean, part of it is if I'm in with the people, and they're so lovely, but they have questions about their membership, they have questions about registration, so it's not really I'm off. I have to be on that whole time, and it's hard. So anyway, conference was great. We're going to Bellevue, Washington next year. I can't wait. We get to go, the conference team, there's 3 of us that go out to the conference location in the winter. And then I'll probably extend and spend a couple days in Washington State because I've never been there. And if I'm going to fly all the way across the country and have a 3-hour time change, I'm going to take advantage. So that's a future thing. I'm sorry, it's very dry because it's 15 degrees in Scranton, Pennsylvania. By the way, I didn't tell you guys the date. It is the 13th of November, and this is my 6th Flosstube. I might have told you that already. Anyway, it's cold here. It's very cold, and it's okay because I'd rather be cold than hot, although it is unseasonably cold. I think we had a new record for cold weather, but we have the heat in my house, because I live with my grandmother, is up, and it's very dry, so I have a humidifier going. But the room I'm in now, so this room, I'm going to move you. I'm going to try not to make you sick. Let's see how I do. So this room, that's my stitchy spot. And then that's like, ooh, that area is like scarves. I have DVDs and some purses in there, and that's like where I put my makeup on in the morning. And then where I'm sitting is a desk, and then I have books here, and my yarn is there. Some of my yarn. Let's not talk about it. And then I have bookshelves all over the room that you don't need to see because I have so many books. So this is kind of like a sitting room, and then through that door is where my bed is and my clothes dresser, and it's not a closet, it's like a metal closet that's shorter than I am. It's like 5'8" in height, and it's metal, and it's small because my house was 2 apartments and up and a down, and my bedroom, this was the living room, and my bedroom was the kitchen, so there's no closet. And the house was built in 1890, so they didn't really do closets then because you didn't have a lot of clothes. So anyway, it's hot up here. It's the end of the heat. The heat rises, and the heat register is downstairs in the dining room, which happens to be a cool part of the house, so it runs all the time. So it's usually around 80 degrees in my bedroom, and I hate it, but that's okay. You guys don't care about that. So let's talk about stitching. When we last spoke on Flosstube number 5, I was working on the Pride and Prejudice stitch along, and I worked on that Sunday before I left after I spoke to you all, and I got a little more done, and then I put it to bed. I left at 8 o'clock Monday morning, and so here's where I am now. There we go. And I love this. The last part came out either while I was gone or right after I came back, and I was going to start working on it again. But I'll be honest, when I got back and started stitching, I really didn't want to work on this. So here it is. I would like to get it done for Christmas, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I was going to keep this for me, but I actually think I'm going to give it to my brother's wife. She's got an English degree, and I'm pretty sure she likes Pride and Prejudice. And I like this. I like the colors. The colors are colors I really like. But I just fell out of love with it, I guess, and I don't want to keep it for me. I do want to finish it. I don't like not finishing things. So, of the 3 big projects I have, I do need to finish this, but I put it aside. And when I got back, I was like, what do I want to work on? What do I need to work on? And I remembered about my little gingerbread village. So the last time you saw it, oh, I just hit myself in the face. The last time you guys saw it, I was to here. The first 2 houses done, and I did that during 24 hours of cross stitch. And then I started stitching on this, and I know a lot of people, when they're doing these little villages, they get all crazy, and they do like a little bit of this house and a little bit of that house and a little bit of this house, and that is not who I am as a person. There are 11 patterns. I will do them in order, and I will do them one at a time. And when one is done, I'll start the next one. How do you skip all over? I wouldn't remember like if I had finished or anything. It just wouldn't be good. Anyway, so I did this, I guess I started it probably Wednesday of last week, and I finished it, I want to say Saturday night, but I could be wrong about that. And then I spent a couple hours stitching on Sunday, and I've started the 4th house. I've got this done, and the bottom base, and it's all gonna fit. Look at all this room over here. There's so much room to frame. It's gonna be fine. It's funny, even when I bought this piece of fabric, specifically this is the called for fabric. I bought it from Threads and Twined. She told me this is what you need, this is how big it needs to be. I still didn't believe it was going to be big enough. Anyway, so things that I've changed. Well, there's some mistakes in there. We won't point those out. Those are changes. But my little gingerbread people, how close can I get? Aren't they cute? I can't do French knots. So what I'm doing is, because it's over 2 over 2, is that how you say it? I'm just, instead of being like the 2 that you stitch for the regular X, I'm kind of going on, I don't know how to explain it. I'm not going where I've already stitched. It's a little different, where the French knots would be. And I changed the colors a little bit. My snowflakes, see all these snowflakes? They're never where they're supposed to be. Ever. Doesn't matter how carefully I count, they're always wrong. Snowflakes, the devil. And this house that I thought was number 3, it's actually, imagine down here, it's number 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's number 8. But it was very similar to house number 3, so it should be fine. So I've started to panic. This is for my boyfriend's mother, and I wanted it done for Christmas. I don't know if it's gonna happen. When I check in a week or so, probably 10 days, because I prefer to film on the weekends, but I've missed you all, so I'm doing this on a Wednesday. When I check in next time, if I don't have this done and another one done, we'll just know it's not happening. It's not happening. But we're gonna keep trying. That's all I've stitched. I didn't get any knitting done. That first week I got back from conference, y'all, I couldn't stitch, I couldn't read, I couldn't knit. The Sunday night that I got home, I was asleep at 7:30. And I was kind of looking at a cross stitch magazine and listening to Christmas music, but I was just like a lump. So anyway, I'm back to stitching now, but Thanksgiving is coming quickly, and it's a busy time of year, so we'll see what happens. I mean, worst case scenario is I get like 2 of the 3 done, and she doesn't need to know that there was supposed to be another row of houses. How would she know? She wouldn't know. So we'll see. I don't want to do that, but if I have to, I will. I need to have a gift for her. So have you guys started your Christmas lists yet? Have not. I know what I'm getting a lot of people, but I've not. I'm usually very organized about Christmas, and then with conference, it just messes me all up. I need to sit down and make a list of who I have to shop for so that I can start doing that, because I don't like to wait till the last minute. Although I have a really big medical bill coming up because I need a MRI and an echocardiogram, and I have a really high deductible, so it's going to cost a fortune. So nobody's getting Christmas presents. Scrooge. Not Scrooge. I love Christmas, but anyway. So now I don't have any stitching FFOs, but if you'll remember, I talked about the fused glass plate that I made for fall. I never got to go and pick it up because I was so busy with conference, and I finally got it this week. Here it is. So it's a rounded plate, and what you do is it's the black in the back, and then you pick a sky color, and then you just layer everything on, and then it goes into the kiln and heats up real hot and fuses all together. So isn't that cute? I'm really happy with how that came out. Fused glass is not my thing. I'm not good at it. You kind of have to design it yourself. There's no pattern. Whereas with stained glass, you glue the pattern onto the glass and you cut around it. So that works out well for me. But anyway, this is probably like my 4th or 5th fused glass piece, and I'm really proud of this. So yay for that. And then I don't have a lot of haul. I don't actually have any haul, really. But I won a giveaway on Instagram from Kelly Stadola from That's So Kelly Co. I love her. I think I love her so much because she reminds me kind of me, where she's into a lot of crafting things and she gets really excited about them. But she's got a lot, like, I don't have talent, she does. And I won I don't know what these ones are called. It's like the flat Bitsy Bob that doesn't close up. And I have 3 of the Bitsy Bobs that close up. But this one I'm really excited about. So it's fall themed, so it's like fall colors, and it says happy stitching. And then this is just like all sorts of fall words. And she did a giveaway on the Insta, and I won. I never win anything. I was so excited. I was like, oh my god, just like that too. I'm a little embarrassing. I don't know why people talk to me. 33 years old. And then, this isn't really haul, but you guys, my boyfriend was in a different part of Florida for work, and I had to pick him up at the airport, and I love him. I adore him. And he had a stop. You take the turnpike to get to the airport we were going to, and that has like rest stops that have restaurants in them. So we stopped at one of the rest areas. He's like, well, can we stop? And I said, sure. And he's like, well, I'll be right back. And I was like, dude, if we're stopping, this girl's going to the bathroom. Always, when there's an opportunity, ladies, you go to the bathroom. Always. Even if you don't have to go, you try. I did a lot of road trips when I was a kid. But he wanted to stop because that kind of Starbucks has the barista bears, and he gets them for me every year. Well, he gets me one every year. I've never actually had 2. It's the boy bear and the girl bear this year. And they're skiing, and I love them. He's so sweet. So he always gets me. Last year he got me the Amazon Gotta Get a Good, special one, and then the year before was our first Christmas together, and he got me the barista bear. It's a little girl, and she's actually right there. That's her. That's the first one he got me. So I don't decorate for Christmas early. Right after Thanksgiving, I start to put a little stuff up, and then we put our tree up in December. We leave it up until right before Little Christmas, so right before Russian Christmas, and then we take it down. We host, we have people come into our house from the moment that tree goes up until we take it down. You know, we clean the house, and we've cleaned, I pulled out all the china and all the crystal this week to wash it, and, you know, friends are coming, the priest, family, the list goes on. So it just doesn't stop, and I love it. But yeah, the tree, we don't put ours up until December, and it's a fake tree, and I don't know what decorations we're using this year, because I have my decorations. My grandmother has a lot of different collections of decorations. She has like her red and gold and green year of balls. She has her Polish ornaments. My grandfather's trains. She has Hallmark trains from when they started doing the Hallmark trains, because my grandfather was a railroader, so she has a ton. So we'll see what kind of decorations. Wow, how do I end up not talking about stitching? I'm sorry, guys. I'm the worst. But now I'm going to go back to stitching. Wait a tick. Oh, you guys are going to see that I'm in sweatpants. Hang on. I'm in a nice sweater and sweatpants because I couldn't have pants on anymore. Anyway, do you remember when I was talking about my gold collection village? So Laura and I are gonna start working on this together, and I wanted to start a SAL, a stitch along, and we've decided to call it KC Christmas Village SAL, which I will tag below, I'll hashtag it below. But we're each gonna give one of these away. I actually just ordered it on Amazon yesterday, so it should be here in a week or so. I was thinking about, I don't know, should I give it away here or should I give it away on Instagram? I should have thought about this in advance. How about you go over to my Instagram, which I'll link below. It's Currahee Stitching, and I'll post a picture of this that you can comment on, and I will draw before I have my next video, and then we'll know who it is. Because when I did my giveaway on here, the person who won the giveaway never reached out, Crafty Peacock Stitchery, and I want to actually give one of these away because it's awesome. So it's going to be the KC Christmas Village SAL, and that's going to be with my girl Laura, who's Currahee Stitcher. I wish I could say that right. Laura, don't hate me. I'm sorry, I'm the worst. But yeah, please comment. Please do. Yay! Giveaway and a SAL, and it'll be fun, and you know, no pressure, no stress. It's gonna be a long one, guys. I don't need these till next Christmas. Next 2020 Christmas. So I've never done shout outs really before because I always feel kind of weird. But you guys, I got a shout out from Australia. Are you ready for that? So Tia, Calm Creations in Australia, she shouted me out on her Flosstube, and I was so excited. She has the sweetest accent, and she makes beautiful, beautiful things. So I was really excited. She tagged me on Instagram, and I was like, stop it right now. Oh my gosh. I get really excited about stuff like that, guys. I do. It's true. So thank you so much, Tia, and I'm going to link her below in the box to her Flosstube page so you guys can check her out. And now I have a question. I want to Cricut for a variety of reasons. One, because I want to make Voluntel t-shirts for my Volunteels, and I want to make Queen of the Volunteels. That's this girl. I also want to make balsam wood houses, which means I need the Cricut maker, because that's of course I want the expensive one. And then I want to make, I really like that you put your floss on, and there's little holes for each individual floss, and you can put the number above it, and then it comes off. I've bought some. I got some from Actually That's So Kelly Co. and a couple of others, and I want to get a Cricut to do the cutting for me, because I don't need it to be anything fancy, but I don't have a stitching shop nearby, so like I could just make it myself. And there's some other things I want to make. So if you are a Cricut user, which one do you have? Do you like it? Was it worth the money? Let me know. I'm thinking they'll do a big sale around Black Friday, and that's probably when I would get one. So that is my next big purchase. So anyway, let me know what you think. I'm going to go because we're 24 minutes in and I need to go make my grandmother dinner. I hope you guys are wonderful. I missed you. I'm glad to be back. I hope you get a lot of stitching done. I hope I get a lot of stitching done. And I will talk to you soon. I'm sorry my videos are always all over the place. I'm sorry. It's just who I am. Thank you and happy stitching. Stay warm.